Hey everyone, it's Osman with House Einstein, and I am walking down Spruce Street in Mapleton Hill. It's one of my favorite streets in Boulder. It's mid-January 2023. I'm in between appointments with clients. Just wrapped up with a seller who's getting ready to list. There's a few things he needs to do to get that house looking its best, so I was meeting with him to talk about some of those things, and also got a chance to meet with the tenant who will be leaving soon. Pretty impressive place, and look forward to getting that on the market. Have a little bit of time, so I thought I'd make a video and update you on what's been happening. Before I do that, I want you to check out this house across the street. So what you might notice when you come up to this construction project is a house that looks like it's been almost completely deconstructed and replaced, yet there are these facade walls standing up. And the reason the facade walls are here are to preserve the height of the structure so that they will keep their amazing views. Why is that? Well, we have height limits in the city of Boulder, and those height limits start at the lowest point on your lot. And when this house was built back here, there weren't height limits. And the developer has to maintain the height of the structure. So those facade walls are up, and they will, I'm gonna get on the sidewalk, which has not been plowed, that's fun. Those facade walls will maintain the height of the structure, so it's pre-existing, even though the entire house is being developed around it. And that's just how the cookie crumbles in Boulder. In any event, I wanted to share a couple of updates with you. First, if you check out the House Einstein website, maybe sign up for our newsletter, you'll see our December newsletter, which welcomed one of Boulder's newest residents, and quite a famous one for which the city and maybe the whole state has high hopes, and that is Coach Prime. And I wrote a piece to, maybe a little tongue-in-cheek, but to walk him through some of his options at the end of last year. A few houses which had been expired and withdrawn from the market, a few others that were on the market, a couple that are newer listings, and what he might want to think about with respect to these houses. Also, why he shouldn't buy some of these houses. Probably not what most people would expect a realtor to write about, but if I were him, I'd want to know which houses are worth looking at, which houses are not, and why. And that's the perspective from which I wrote that piece. So you'll find that right before the end of the year in our December newsletter. And then I just published our January newsletter, and this one featured a deep dive into the data for all of 2022, including a breakdown of the market by price range, a look at price declines, and yes, they have come down from the peak of April, as well as which segments of the market now are seeing the highest levels of absorption. In other words, which segments of the market is inventory still going under contract quickly, and where might there be some opportunities for some sizable discounts, or potentially where is there the biggest risk for buyers who are worried about capital loss. When you spread out the market by price range, where is inventory starting to build? That's the analysis in January's newsletter. And the third thing I'd like to share with you is an experiment. It is a Twitter thread, I guess that's what they call them. 2 Twitter threads highlighting the 10 biggest negotiated discounts and the 10 largest premiums paid by buyers in all of 2022. Now, clearly some of these buyers overpaid, and I tried to be a little gentle about that, but well, the data is clear that after they paid what they paid, very similar, if not better, homes sold for less afterward. And in some cases, this is hundreds of thousands over what the house really warranted. I kind of feel bad for some of those buyers. You might be able to tell which houses I'm talking about when you actually see the tweet thread, but those deals are closed. So I can talk about closed listings on social media, and I can talk about those publicly because they're no longer actively marketed properties. But for actively marketed properties, there's only one place you'll find it, and that's in our newsletter for prospective clients and active clients who are shopping or considering selling a house. But check out that tweet thread. Let me know what you think. If you think of ways I can make it better, maybe there are perspectives I don't know about with each of those properties. I'd love to hear about it. So please leave a comment on this YouTube video or jump on Twitter and throw me under the bus if you think I got the story wrong on the top 10 biggest negotiated discounts and the top 10 premiums paid in 2022. So those are the 3 updates I wanted to share with you. I hope everyone is doing great out there, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.